Welcome. Welcome back to Developed, everybody. Tonight we're talking about our recipe, the cherry experiment. That's what we did. Any questions you guys have, just tag us and drop them in the chat and we'll answer them. But other than that, we're just going to kick it for a little bit. So what's going on there, Folkart?
Not a whole lot this week. I've been working on a few recipes. Finally got my Flavor Art all Flavor Art tobacco recipe up on the site, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one. It's called what did I call it? Old World Tobacco. Yeah, it's on ELR. I don't have it on all the flavors, so if y'all want to go check it out. Old World Tobacco.
It's a public recipe. I want to check that out right now.
Yeah, they post all of the recipes on the FA's website under the Switch link. So I thought, why not make it public? Because it's going to be in the public domain anyway. So, yeah, it's public on ELR. They wanted to post it on ELR. I don't know why, just ELR, but there it is. Check it out. Don't be surprised because the flavor percentage is very high. But remember, this is for a pod system.
30, 40 easy, right? Gotta be.
Yeah.
30, 40, 50.
It's 30.
And you actually tried the mix in the same device they are going to use, right?
Yes, I tried it in this device here. This is the Z-BIP from Innokin. It uses a 1.6 ohm coil in it.
What a terrible name, by the way, though. It's the worst name of a mod I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Z-BIP.
Yeah, let's bash the contest. Why don't we? Want to do that a little bit? Making fun of the contest now?
You know, I would love to say more about it.
I know.
It's their thing, you know?
Okay. From now on, when you ask people what's going on for this episode only, I want you to go, what's popping? Okay? Can you do that? What's popping?
Well, I did the welcome.
I just want, what's popping? Okay?
What's popping, yo? Hey.
Cherries.
Hey, it's popping. Yeah, pop that cherry.
Got it? See?
Yeah, so what's going on there, Alfred?
Not much, man. Speaking of popping cherries, Dave just released this awesome Hawaiian punch recipe that he worked on all by himself, and it looks insanely good. And he uses 4% Inaware cherries, and it's straight up spot on Hawaiian punch. I was really impressed with Dave's work on that. It's really good.
What's it called?
What else?
It's called Counter Punch on ATF.
Mm-hmm.
What else did he use in there? By any guava, sweet guava?
Yeah, let me go look at what Dave used in this. He used Inawera pineapple, Capella sweet guava, Cap yellow peach, FA Armenia, which is their apricot, and then TFA smooth. It looks really, really good.
TFA smooth. I haven't seen that flavor in a while.
Yeah, I think when he was working on it, he told me that he just wanted it for the triacetin.
I feel like the tone, you had a pretty big hand in this, huh? Are you trying to tell people that you...
Yeah.
No, this is Dave's recipe. It's on his ATF.
Oh, okay. So this is Dave's recipe. Okay.
But everybody knows that you are the cherry guy.
Yeah, and do you want to talk about why he specifically used that triacetin?
Well, I think the triacetin was really just to probably blend like some of those random fruits that you throw in Hawaiian punch. Because like when you drink Hawaiian punch or whatever, like the one with the guy on the front, it's just one sort of flat flavor, right? And I feel like maybe without that triacetin, it would sort of have different fruits poking out. I don't know. I don't know what his thought process was.
Is there a lot of that? Interesting.
Yeah. Is there a lot of that in the sweet guava? Because it tastes just like that punch.
Yeah.
So sweet guava, probably I would guess he used it because it has a lot of butyrates, which are used to sort of make like tropical pineapple-y type flavors. Which is what that, like you said, it sort of replicates that Hawaiian punch flavor too.
Yeah, just like it.
Yeah, that's what I assume he did it for. I'm not really sure.
It's really amazing how much he can come up with all that stuff on his own.
Dave's an amazing mixer. He really
is. I mean, using triacetin is just, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Do not forget the biattitudes. What do you say? The biattitudes? What's
the
that word? The
biattitudes.
beats?
Butyrates.
Butyrates.
Butyrate. Yeah.
You don't want too much though, because it's going to obliterate the butyrate.
Yeah.
Right. If you go with too much, I mean, I'm assuming if you go with too much, it would probably blow out some of the more delicate flavors.
Yeah.
I don't really know how he did it though.
The last thing you want to do is obliterate butyrates. It's
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do. Ethyl and her
But-
sister would come.
You want to use 3 times the amount of triacetin because triacetin. It all makes perfect sense. It's not that complicated, people. I mean, come
It's
on.
not,
Are you
dude.
following?
Duh. I mean,
What are we talking about?
Oh, butyrates and triacetin. Haven't you heard? It's the latest craze.
No.
And then I also kind of wonder, maybe he used that Inaware pineapple for the ethyl caproate because that's often used for Hawaiian punch flavor.
fucking ethyl caproate.
Triacetus?
Ethyl-
Wait.
Ethyl and
Wait,
caproate.
pineapple and triacetus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Together.
guess maybe the pineapple for the ethyl caproate and then
Listen.
the sweet guava
Caproate twins.
butyrates.
Oh,
and
horse.
then I guess apricot really helps because it has a lot of like maybe lactones or something, so it gives that oil.
Stop reading whatever. Stop this. This is out of control. You need to stop this.
Now,
I
you
bet
have-
that's why he did
You
it.
have been
know too many
talking with
butyrate.
Dave. You have been talking a lot with Dave.
Well,
You
a
know
little
exactly
bit. He
how
talked to
he
me.
thinks.
He talked to me a little bit while he was working on it, but it just that's what I would use it for probably. But I think he did it much better than I would.
I'm
Yeah.
coming to see you. I'm gonna come see you. We're gonna
Yeah,
have a talk.
so,
I need
Chef,
to learn
did you-
about biattitudes.
Chef, did you do anything today?
Can't even pronounce.
Specifically with triacetin or ethyl butyrates? Or
No. After that, I won't mix anymore in my life.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
it.
That makes sense.
How do you keep mixing after that? I just like custards and strawberries. Can we still mix strawberries and creams and that kind of
It's just
shit?
like finding out what's in a
Nah.
hot dog.
Yeah, right.
No, I didn't. I didn't mix a lot. Nothing this week. I've been working a lot. I have some new flavors I have to try. I have corn. You told me to try. What was the recipe? Cornstar.
Oh yeah, cornstarch.
I know.
That's Graham and Emily's creation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Phenomenal.
if in the chat you have any other recipe with corn,
That's all
tell
you
me
need.
because I want to.
That's all you need, man. That's it.
And I am a better person because I have custard premium. It's not. I don't know. It's the rebrand.
It's the same
but
thing.
The same.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
I know. I know.
You
What
know,
about you, Max?
Silky just dropped a recipe that is very cornstar like.
Corn
Oh yeah, he made the cornbread pudding. I got to actually try that a while before he released it. I really like it. He used that sweet Jungle Flavors yellow cake, right? I love that shit.
Yeah. So, but you picked up on like he taught you everything you know. So
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe I wouldn't let that keep going, but at this point I just support it. He did. He taught me everything that I know.
Dude, he don't know shit about bitterates. I know that.
I know.
We had a
I could
conversation
hear-
last week.
But I could hear Silky talk about triacetin all day.
I could listen to it forever.
Yeah.
It's music to my ears.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
I know you were.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's because I studied my bitterates.
It
That's
really
right.
makes me want to take like a power drill into my eardrum.
Yeah.
So
Do it. Will you do it on air?
I would love to.
I'm dying for you to do it on air, please.
Yeah, next time we
Make
talk
it
about
slow. Just drill your
triacetin.
face.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't
rad.
even have a power drill in here.
You don't?
Mm-mm. I need to borrow your drill, bro. Though.
I have multiple drills. They keep getting, the gears keep getting all fucked up because of being wet from something. I don't drill.
Yeah. Do you think that at one point it's entirely possible it's going to rip your dick off though?
No, I've improved it because there's no projectile coming out of the end of it. It
Okay.
fits over the drill, the thing that turns on the drill. The whole
Okay.
entire thing. It goes.
Oh, there's
over that.
safety measures.
Yes, it's. I mean, Drill Bro 4.0 is fucking unbelievable, dude. It really
All
is.
right, cool.
5,000
I'm really,
RPMs.
I'm really glad that you took safety into.
OSHA approved.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do.
You can use it at work now.
Yeah, I'm using it right now. I'm using it as we speak. That's
Oh
why I'm
my
using the dynamic mic.
Okay.
So
We're off to a pretty
Hopping.
Yeah. What's popping, everybody? We're up to a fucking great start.
So cornstarch doesn't have. Oh, it does have sweetener, Emily. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Emily was saying to add
that in.
sweetener if it doesn't. But
Yeah, because I went back and added sweetener because it needs it bad. Needs it.
You know, I want to talk about how I've been obsessed. I think I talked about this like a week or two ago, but I'm still obsessed with Tiger's X.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really think you should improve that recipe.
Oh, I know. It's Tiger's side piece. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what to call it. Tiger's side piece, Tiger's bitch. Probably
Side
Tiger's
chick.
side piece.
Side chick.
How about Tiger's candy?
I don't love it with the Wonder Flavors gushy fruit.
No, okay. So here's what I was doing with that. Right? The gushy can come out. I was seeing what would happen when you stack gummies, right?
Yeah.
And it gets really fucking gummy. As you would imagine, it gets really gummy. But it doesn't. I say half raspberry, half gushy.
No, take that out of there.
You think the gushy out? I don't know.
It
man.
makes it to me. It got really dry, and I don't know if that's just me or what. But I like it a lot more with just the raspberry.
Did you put raspberry and gushy?
Yeah. Okay. So at first I made
together.
Yeah, I made the regular, and then I added 2% raspberry, and then I took Emily's suggestion, and she made it was 1% raspberry and 1% the gushy flavor.
Yeah, I told her to do that, and that didn't work.
Yeah.
I tried that. I liked it. I'm wondering what you think how it worked. You know,
it was good, but I still get like a little bit of a harshness from that flavor, and that's probably just me. But I really think the raspberry in there is good. Like if you want for accuracy, you nailed accuracy. It's a 27 fish or 27 fish. It's a Swedish fish.
So for what I was going for, it's on. But then if it's better, then it's raspberry. Take out the good. Okay, I get you.
But because that TFA raspberry, oh my god,
right?
How
come no one has that?
I don't know.
You fucked that up anymore the other day.
The only reason why I have it is because of Emily. Emily told me to get that because I hated the raspberry sweet.
Well, yeah, Wayne used raspberry sweet the other day when he mixed it on air, and he was like, "I'm getting a something woody." Remember, he was saying that he was getting like an earthy tone to it or whatever, and it was from it's definitely that raspberry sweet is the worst, especially in that recipe when it's so perfect with just regular raspberry.
It really is. Yeah, I really like that.
And he wasn't looking at the chat at all because everybody in the chat was like, use regular raspberry. Use regular raspberry.
I doubt he has it, to be honest.
He probably does, but maybe doesn't know he has it, or you know what I mean? Because no one uses that. Because
I love it.
It's fish.
I love it.
You know, me too.
When you first told me, I was like just hard disagreeing with you. I'm like, there's no fucking way I know what that flavor tastes like. And then I picked it up, and when you said Swedish fish, all I can think is that's the ingredient that's missing from the 27 fish.
Yeah, because those Capella Silverline things, they're all really good, but I feel like they're all really missing something. Like they're all just missing one component of being like amazing.
Yeah.
Have you tried the new Capella candy? The sweet candy?
Yeah, sweet candy is
it's so good.
It's so fucking good.
Like, it is so good.
Didn't I tell you? I said, "Oh, this is it. This is the answer." I threw away my.
It's an additive, or it's more like a gummy, or more like a hard candy.
It's an additive.
I think it's an additive. I would use it in every single candy possible. Probably mostly every fruit over super sweet in candy applications, but over super sweet for sure. No question.
It's like super sweet with malic acid.
I think that there's, from what Wayne was saying, there's fucking stevia in it. That's what Wayne said. Yeah, he said, and then he said the fizz pop is sucralose based, and then sweet candy has stevia and sucralose. Can't correct stevia and sucralose. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what it is, but that stuff is.
It's so good. It's
fire.
It's like what jammy candy is to like gummy or like jelly. You know what I mean? Like jammy candies. This is like to like sprees and sweet tarts and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it just completely sells that sweet tart vibe. So crazy. I love it. My LD vape is 8% sweet candy.
So is it just a sweetener, or is it like for a sweet tart kind of candy? I mean, does it have like a grittiness?
I think it could be used.
It has like almost like a vanilla or something going on in there.
It almost goes with whatever you put it with. Kind of. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like it's kind of weird.
I think I described it yesterday when we met. I don't remember what I said though.
I put
It was
it
like,
in
oh, it
T-bone
was like
steak, cheese, eggs.
it's like if you took it's like a super sweet that's made for candies, which
that's exactly what it is.
which that sounds so dumb, but that's
Right.
the best way to describe it.
So
Exactly
you
what
have to add. You need another candy to make a candy recipe with it.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna unless you're a trash person and you just want to vape it on its own.
Which I
gram.
am so much.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely, you take out every super sweet, any candy type recipe that you have and put this in, it's gonna fix it. It's gonna make it better.
It's so
But
good.
even that grape juice instead of super sweet, I put that in there, and it's not the same, but it's fucking bomb. It's really good. It's I'm on right now. But yeah, no, it's great. And I don't know the fizz pop. I tried the fizz pop, but I thought it was like I thought they were attempting like a carbonation type thing, and I don't think it did that. But
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, Graham.
Yeah.
Graham.
Yeah, that's great. So anyway,
Do I have better internet in Czechoslovakia than he has in
That's what it looks
America?
yeah. He just like slowly disintegrated.
like it was like a ton of thing.
Yeah. So
Mr. Burgundy, is my volume low? Is it low now? Or,
It doesn't sound.
or what?
It doesn't sound low to me at all.
Okay.
I still don't understand what the sweet candy is. It's sweet, right? It's like
it's
a sweetener,
it's a sweetener for candies.
but with additives in it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they did something like there's definitely some kind of interesting compounds that you'd probably be able to figure out that bore me to death, but there's definitely stuff in there where to me it literally is like super sweet with some kind of flavors that do drive it more towards like a candy, which that does sound so dumb to say. Like if you're going to make a candy, why wouldn't you just use super sweet? Nah, I'm telling you, this changes the game. Like pick that shit up and throw it in a fucking candy.
But it's not. So it's not like a Wonder Flavors candy additive. Like you could use it with Wonder Flavors candy additives. Even it's
Yeah, like-
it's like a really really low level accent type thing.
Yeah, it's a clean flavor. I had it on my desk, but let me go grab it.
yeah, it's super clean. It's super clean, and it's like, am I better now? Am I back? I thought that was it for me, folks.
Yeah.
But I fought back. It's like, it's not like sweet and tart. You know, it's not like any of those sweet tart ones or any of the candy ones. I know what you're saying with the
Yeah,
Wonder
yeah,
Flavors
so you're
candy.
saying it's like not a bold flavor at all.
It is. It's not. I guess it makes everything else bold, I would say,
Yeah.
but not like in an ethyl maltol way, like in a sucralose way, more than an ethyl maltol way, if that makes sense. It's like the sucralose, ethyl maltol sucralose, or whatever the fuck you want to, however you want to put it. It makes everything else around it bolder, without like changing it, I guess.
Mhm.
Right? Can you say that, Max? Without changing it.
It's an enhancer.
So
I mean,
it's kind of like a magic mask or a vape wizard, only it goes the other direction.
Yeah.
But it's delicious.
yeah, that's probably the better way to put it. It's
Yeah.
like
What percent are you using that, Max?
I just did it at 1.
I went all the way up to 2, and it didn't get weird. But I like super sweet shit. You know what I mean? Like ridiculously sweet.
It
So-
is like really damn sweet though.
Yeah.
Like it's not
It was
it's
too
not
much.
the same like super sweet level. Did you think it was like the same level?
I think it's like a little bit below super sweet, maybe like
Yeah.
1.5. You know what I mean? Or half of super, not half of super sweet, maybe like 3/4 super sweet.
Yeah.
I went to 2, and it was a little too much, but it wasn't like overbearing. But I'm ridiculous with the sweetener, so
But there is like an aroma to it too.
yeah, like it smells like sweet tarts or like a candy, like a hard candy roll.
It
Put it with
almost
candy
is-
roll, I bet it works.
It's like a really mild, like that kind of vanilla that is in that candy stick.
Yeah,
It's kind of like that.
yeah. I bet if we put it with the candy stick, it would. All right, we'll be quiet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree though. Foreshadowing, everybody.
Maybe.
All I'm
maybe.
saying, if you don't have it already, I would definitely pick it up. because we're probably gonna use it.
It's one to get a 30 of for sure.
Yeah, I fucked up. I got a 10.
I'll go out on a limb and say that.
I got 10 mil. I should have got 30 mil.
Oh, a 10. Oh, I would have been through that. Pink Punch is a horse shit too, by the way. That Pink Punch is horse shit. That new one. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but good God.
What is it though? Like, what does it taste like?
It's like a raspberry pineapple something. And I didn't get the one with. I guess there's one with
Coolant already in it.
anise or coolant or something in it. I didn't get that one. I don't know what's in the other one. It might be anise or coolant. I know there's something in the other one that I didn't get, but either way, it's fucking gross.
Yeah, I noticed that with like all of their new releases. I guess it's for the European market. They made versions with coolant, with anise and coolant, like for all of their flavors.
Right. So they have like a double release. They got the Rebirth RTA. Did you get the RTA yet?
No, is it as good as the RDA?
Yeah, it's different. It's obviously it's different. It's an RTA. I don't think it's not mind blowing, and I don't know if it's not as mind blowing because the RTA came out. And I'm not as impressed because it was nothing like it, or the holes are on the posts. So it's like you know where
with your fucking cord or something, you're cutting out again.
That's
dude,
That's the cable. Yeah.
He's
black,
playing a fucking
something,
jump
yeah,
rope
check.
with it.
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine now. Just don't touch
That's
it.
horse shit, dude. Like, I mean, come on. I've gone through a whole goddamn a whole show and just haven't been able to get the goddamn fucking audio right. Like Stopgap's ending tonight. And I still don't have the audio correct. I have 85 microphones, and I'm not kidding. I showed Folkart all my shit the other night. It's ridiculous. And I still can't do it. I don't know what the problem is.
but that's
Okay, I'm saying that the build deck for the Rebirth RTA isn't as good.
Oh, you guys can't hear me?
yeah.
We
Yeah,
can
we can hear you.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Let me take over the fucking show. Sorry. Just sitting there. Yeah, the Rebirth deck is you know where the airflow slots come in on the original Rebirth?
Yeah.
You know, on the side when you move it? Those are like posts, I guess. I don't know. It's not as good. Bottom line.
What were you
Would
gonna
you
say,
guys get
Folkart?
anything new?
I have no idea what I was going to say. Was I going to say something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no clue. I'm trying to get this volume thing worked out on my end over here, so I think I got it fixed, guys. So we had added some compressors in the mics and stuff like that. I just fucking took them out, and so I think it's working good now.
Yeah. Let us know though. If there's any kind of issues, we'll try to
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, last
If
Okay,
not,
guys. Since
week was a clusterfuck.
yeah.
we have some time, can you help me with something? Because I was trying to organize my flavors the other day, and what I noticed is that I don't have any more room for every flavor I have. So I was thinking that maybe I can, some of the old flavors that I don't use anymore, I can try to put it another way, in other place. I have only here, more close to me, the flavors that I use every day. So I have now two flavors that I would like to know if you think that is a keeper or not.
All
One
right.
of
What are
them
the flavors?
is-
I like this.
So this
One of them is
so
okay.
So this is like a stash it or trash it.
I like
Nice.
that. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that one. One of them is TPA Coconut Extra. Does it make any sense to have it around now that we have much better coconut flavors?
I
I've
don't.
never even heard of it.
Yeah, I don't
was
have
Cabela.
that, but I'm sure someone in the chat probably has that. So I guess we'll leave it to them if you should throw it away. Why do you think it should like? Why are you considering getting rid of it? What's bad about it?
Because in your own words, like talking your same language, this has a lot of gamma octatone. You know that the thing you use when you go to
Sunscreen.
the beach.
Sunscreen.
The sunscreen flavor, yeah, that one. You get me. It's good, but it's not authentic at all. But I know 2 years ago it was an excellent flavor. It's very similar to the regular coconut, I think, but more concentrated.
I mean, if it's up to me and it's a sunscreen flavor, I would not keep it. I would doubt you'd find a good use for like that high level of game cologne.
But now
Yeah,
I've been told that Graham likes suntan lotion.
That's true. He loves Cap Coconut.
Yeah.
Dude, because it's fucking amazing. That's why. It just is. You guys use it wrong.
When he ran out of BG, he was just using like sunscreen
Yeah.
lotion.
I ran out of TFA extra, so I used Cap. Hey,
This
listen,
one has
you
the
know-
same kind of flavor.
I have news for you. It doesn't taste like suntan lotion. Suntan lotion smells like that. That's where I'm way before suntan lotion. So we got to get
Right.
over it. The whole medicine thing. Medicine doesn't smell like cherries. Don't taste like medicine. Medicine tastes like cherries. Can't be blaming us flavors. What's wrong with you guys?
I have a
Wait.
question. Though. What if you guys had to have like? Okay, this is gonna sound kind of weird.
I see
If
that.
you guys had to pick like, you had to take medicine or whatever. What kind of medicine would you like choose? Cherry, orange.
Dilaudid.
Not terrible, but cherry, orange, or what's the other one? What's
Morphine.
The other? Of course, you would say morphine. I'm talking about flavor.
Well,
You know how like
I feel
there's
like grape is
grape,
The
popular.
flavor?
Yeah.
grape. Like I don't know. I'd go orange.
I would
Good grape.
I would probably go grape. If they had a grape medicine, yeah, I would probably choose it over the cherry or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Emily's saying grape or bubblegum flavored
Are
medicine.
we talking fluoride or?
No, I'm talking about it's just like you know how when you have to like Robitussin or something, and like they have like a grape or orange.
I've never seen the grape.
But
You never seen
grown
the
up,
grape?
Yeah, there's grape.
grown up medicine doesn't have any flavor, at least here. I don't know what you are taking, Max. Maybe something
Dude,
just
if they
talking
had
about-
fucking cherry Percocets, oh God.
It'd
You know
be
what
popping
happened?
all the time.
Oh my. Like Ludens. Somebody
But
needs
you-
to talk to Mr. Luden. He found out the cherry thing.
I don't.
So I don't keep this one.
No, I fucking.
not
I
Get
would.
rid of it. Sheesh.
Okay,
Like
if
it.
you have to make if you have to make a coconut recipe today, what coconuts do you have in mind right now?
Jungle flavors.
FA.
FA coconut, Flavora sweet coconut, or Wonder Flavors coconut custard.
And
Jungle flavors.
TFA. TFA's got that. sweet-
CFA coconut candy. Yeah, that's also
That's a good
solid.
one.
Flavor
Yeah.
West creamy coconut.
So
Oh,
we
no.
have at least 5 or 6 other coconut
Yeah.
flavors than this. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Trash it.
okay, it goes. Next one.
Did you just make that into the garbage can?
Yeah, he did. Of course he
Of
did.
course.
It sounded like
He's based. That's all bay. He's Mr. Perfect.
that was like literally too fucking perfect.
He's the most interesting man in the world. You don't know that? Don't act surprised. He did it. He did that.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
one more.
Well, he does.
Okay.
This one is harder than the other one. TPA toasted almond. Almond.
I would
No.
definitely keep that.
Yeah, keep that one. Yeah, I'd keep
For
that.
what? For what? For an
Or
almond?
Blue Diamond Phillips recipe. You
Or
can.
for the
go ahead and
texture, for the
mix that
darkness,
up.
for the dryness, for the
I
cookie?
like to use TPA toasted almond because it has TPA toasted in a more usable for me fashion than TPA toasted marshmallow. Like it's not going to be a great almond flavor ever, but for that TPA toasted additive, it's really useful.
It's really hard to
Okay.
work into a recipe, but it
Okay,
is.
Emily is saying the same thing. Keep it. It's really good. But when was the last time that you used TPA toasted almond?
Like probably 3 days ago or something.
I used
Really?
it in 19. I used it. I'll tell you when the last time I used it. I know this too. I think it was December 2016, 16 or 17. In a recipe with Crucial, me and him collabed, and we did a recipe called Blue Diamond Phillips. And I didn't have Cap toasted almond, so I used TFA toasted almond. Just throwing it up
Okay,
there.
DIY down there is saying that TPA toasted almond is great for tobaccos, maybe? Yeah, I can see it
Yeah, it's
working in
not-
tobaccos.
It is good in tobaccos. I do like it. And I mean, I run into a problem where sometimes it tastes like dirt though, in a tobacco. So
I see that.
yeah, it can get really like, and like
But-
not dirty. It tastes like dirt.
Yeah, you gotta use that. That can go wrong real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I would-
haven't been using this for a long time.
Drown it in creams. Just the last time I used it though was probably 6 months ago. Maybe I was trying to make like an ice cream that had chocolate covered almonds, and I just went with Flavor West hazelnut for more than nerd did. I don't know. I went with something instead. Maybe I used walnut. Whatever.
Folkart, what do you think? I don't trust these guys.
Well, I don't have much to say about it because I don't own the flavor. I don't have it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I've never used it.
It's an OG flavor. How long have you been mixing? You have been mixing for a long time.
Yeah, I've been mixing for about 3 years.
He just fucking
I've just
attacked you.
I've just never had
No, I
a use
didn't.
for it. I mean, I've got FA almond. It's okay. If I want a toasted note, it kind of depends on what I'm making, but there's a lot of different options for adding toastiness.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not going to throw it away.
Mm.
I'm just not going to have it right here with all
You're
my
in
other
Argentina. You
flavors.
should
Well-
put anything away.
Well, the fact that I've never used it doesn't. I mean, that goes to show you that it's probably not very useful. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow, that was over the top, wasn't it?
Sell it.
that said, that I should keep it.
I would say keep it. I'd stash that, man.
Okay.
I'd keep Kool-Aid packaged if I were you. You're,
Okay,
you're
keep
gonna
it.
have a hard time
I
getting
keep it.
flavors, right?
What are you saying, Graham? Your mic.
I'm saying he's in Argentina. Is it really bad?
I know he's in
You
Argentina.
are in Argentina. You are in Argentina, man.
Oh man, I don't know.
He's on Mars, I think.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll figure out something to use with it because there's probably a time that we're gonna want that, and we're probably gonna overlook that flavor.
Yeah.
So-
in all honesty, I never throw any flavors away. Even if I think it's a bad flavor, I always keep it. But I know if somebody's trying to pare down their stash or whatever, and I know a lot of people that does that. They want their money conscious, and they want to just have the flavors that they want to use, and that's a good way to kind of go through them and see what you don't necessarily want to keep around forever. Keep that. Keep your budget low and stuff. So I can see the point in it for sure.
Yeah, if I have it, I won't throw it away. But I like to have the flavors because I have like 600 flavors, and I ended up using like 200 of them every day. I have like 400 flavors that I don't use that often. And when I have to look for a specific flavor, it's crazy if you have to go through all those flavors. So I want to keep my main flavors here close to me, and then have a box of shame around with all those flavors.
Yeah. I get that. So
I always consider fucking throwing out Flavora sweet coconut, like pretty much every day.
and why is that? You get some kind of odd note from it. Is that correct?
That's true.
What
That is true.
what is that?
Okay, I get chewed up bubble gum, and I'm the only one on the entire face of this planet that gets that. It tastes like chewed up bubble gum. Like if you're gonna chew up bubble gum, and it's that texture and it's that flavor, and yeah, it's just not my favorite.
Okay.
But I still do use it. I just even the smell of it makes me think like that.
Oh well.
I'm crazy.
So we're gonna talk about a recipe or anything?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait a minute, we didn't do a recipe, did we?
No,
we
we
did.
worked on
What?
it.
Yeah, we worked on the cherry experiment. I'm gonna hand this off to Alfred because he's the cherry expert. So take it away.
So the goal is to make, or at least somewhat replicate the experience you get from a cherry filling, a pie filling, right? And when I was working on Cherry Bomb, I had Dave try the first version I made, where I didn't use a cherry flavor at all. I just used TPA quince, because TPA quince has like 15% benzaldehyde or something, which is the medicine cherry flavor. It's just straight up, that's the flavor that you think is cherry medicine, is benzaldehyde. Because it's actually kind of interesting. I did a bit of research into why benzaldehyde was used, and it was actually, there was a chemist, I want to say early 20th century, that was trying to demonstrate why artificial flavors would never be better than using natural flavors. And the way he did that was he made a flavoring using a large amount of benzaldehyde. And when he sent that to whatever company or whatever, they ended up using it instead of him being right. And that's where the idea of using benzaldehyde to make cherry candy or cherry medicine came from, was this guy trying to demonstrate that you should not use artificial flavorings. But quince, I noticed, had 15% benzaldehyde, and it also had some level of, I think it's anisal alcohol, which tastes like spice. It tastes like clove or anise. It's like a generic spice flavor. And cherry pie filling also has some of that. It has that sort of kind of spice back note. And so that's where the idea to use quince in a cherry filling came from. And then I've worked on boiling down the solution to making cherry flavors that would normally be pretty plasticky or medicine to be better. And one of the things I noticed was the large amount of lactone content that FA apricot has really helps get rid of that plastic edge that benzaldehyde carries. So that's why we ended up going with the FA apricot. And then originally I used TPA pear because it had some of the other chemicals that I like to use. But as Nachef was saying, it also has the chemical that reads as sort of an apple, which when you add a pear to quince, which is also somewhat like an apple, it really does stick out. So we decided to get rid of that, the pear. And so we ended up going with, what was it, like 3% quince, 1% Inawera cherries, just because it wasn't really reading as full cherry, and then 0.5% apple filling for the rest of that spice that you'd use in a pie. And we definitely got closer. Like, we made a lot of progress on cherry filling, but it still needs work.
So to summarize, first we try to use Alfred's idea to fix the cherry, and then what we try to do with Alfred's also idea is to make a cherry from other flavors, to blend quince and other flavors to make a cherry. And we had better luck with the second one, because I was vaping this one, and it changes a lot with steeping, and it tastes like a very good cherry. I don't know if it is perfect for a pie, and I don't know what's going to happen when we try to make the crust of the pie the base for this recipe, because I think that the problem with, it's very interesting what the experiment, and we are learning a lot from it, but I don't know, because it's so sensitive to change, that when you add another new flavor, everything changes. So it's great to know how to make a cherry from scratch if you don't have if your cherries don't work for what you want, but you have to be very careful of what are you using to pair that fruit with. So what's the next step, Ryan? Now.
So you made a really good point, which I worked on it for like more time than I'd like to admit, to try to fix cherry. And the reality is, like you said, it's sensitive to change, and there is no universal solution. If you want to make a cherry candy, if you want to make a cherry slushy, if you want to make a cherry pie filling, it's all going to require different levels and different experimental mixes to really sell it properly. And like you said, you change one flavor and you ruin it. So I guess the next step is to add the crusts back, see what that does to reading as cherry, and then go from there. I'd see maybe turning up Inawera cherries some more to see if that would work out. Maybe lowering the quince, increasing the cherries, working with that apple filling level. But I really think we can get there because it's really close already. And one issue that we were having, which maybe someone in the chat can offer suggestions, is that Folkart noticed that the thing that's lacking from all cherry flavors is the sort of tartness that you get from a natural cherry. And it's really hard to find a flavor that carries that tartness that doesn't also ruin the cherry flavor. So
what did we try? Cranberry and what
we
else?
tried Flavora cranberry, FA pomegranate,
Apple cranberry.
apple cranberry. We
Apple
tried
cranberry.
quite a few flavors, and all of them sort of obscured that distinctly cherry flavor into just this generic fruity berry flavor, but it doesn't really read as cherry.
Yeah, because that 20, I think it was 15 minutes. The episode was 15 minutes, but we worked on that profile like for 4 or 5 hours, plus the weeks Alfred worked on the cherry. So it is not easy, but it's great to when you try it and you're not using any cherry and it tastes like a great cherry. It's so good.
Now I have I had a couple concerns with this though, just because when you try to like build a flavor, like I totally think this is a really interesting way of mixing. Like it's kind of like a fun exercise and everything. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. But I don't. When you try to work with just the compounds that make up a flavor, you also get a lot of the compounds that you don't want. So you're playing this like really, really delicate like balancing act, and I get a tough time trying to figure out like what's gonna happen when we start to introduce other flavors, and you know, if it's better to go a different route instead of like, you know, my way of doing it would probably be to take like a usable cherry and try to fix it instead of trying to like build one. But I think that's how most people would do it. I'm just curious, like in the chat, like if how other people would go about it. Would you try to? I mean, I would assume most people aren't going to try and do this shit that Alfred's doing, but it is super interesting to figure out if it's going to work or if it's all going to hold up and everything.
I think that sometimes it is easier to fix something, but when you are going from, for example, in a Wera cherry, you have compounds that you can't take out.
Yeah.
So if you don't have something to contrast that compound, you have to deal with it. You can't fix every single flavor because you can't take things out.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I'm going to read off this recipe just for the people that's listening on the podcast. And this is not a finished recipe, but it is a nice light cherry. It doesn't really have a tartness to it or anything, but it's a nice cherry. It's delicate. It was fun to kind of come up with. So we're using 0.5% Flavora apple filling, 1.5% FA apricot, whatever. 1% Inawera cherries, 3% TPA quince, and 0.5% Cap Super Sweet. We tried it first without the Super Sweet, and it was okay, but when we added the Super Sweet to it, it just raised that berry note up so much more. So I would highly suggest using the Cap Super Sweet in that.
Yeah. Now, we got a couple questions, too. Pippa said, do any of us have Mullenberry red cherry?
I think I do.
I think we all do.
And I think I'm pretty sure I've tested it out. To be honest, I don't think I was that impressed with it, but
All right, so the issue, I get that you want us to try out Mullenberry red cherry because it's a solid cherry flavor and it's not going to be medicinal plastic. But the issue, which we ran into with a lot of other flavors, is that Mullenberry red cherry is not a natural cherry flavor at all. It reminds me of the cherry flavor you'd use for a popsicle or like a slushy cherry, which
kind of goes back to what you were saying before.
Right. So, and that also kind of ties into the point you were making that ideally you would use a cherry flavor that's workable and try to fix it or try to bend it to be more of a natural cherry pie filling. But with any cherry candy flavoring, it is nearly impossible to make that go backwards and read as a real cherry filling. Because we tried it with Cap Tart cherry, we tried it with just Inawera cherries, and all of those are just candied cherry. and they will never read as a natural filling cherry, which is why I wanted to use the quince, because quince itself is a very simple flavor. It's made of the benzaldehyde at like 15%. It's made of the thing that reads as an apple. That's sort of the crunchy part of an apple. That's what they use. And the spice note. That's basically all that TPA quince is. And so then it's much easier to build up from that to try to make it into a real cherry. But like you said, it is also much harder. And it, like you said, there's compounds that you have to work around that you might not want to introduce.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it being easier to use Molenberry red cherry, Flavor West cherry berry, Inawera cherries, Cap Tart cherry, because they're all just candy flavors.
Yeah.
There is one flavor that I should actually have tomorrow, and that's Real Flavors Cherry Pie, I think it's called. And I've heard good things about that one for a cherry pie filling. So we'll see if I get it and I think that it'll work. Maybe we can go back to this recipe and build that entire pie. We'll just have to wait and see how that flavor is.
DIY Down Under is saying keep it simple. I think it's overthinking things. Well, I agree with that. This is not the way that you usually do things. It's just an exercise, something we do to learn from flavors. But I agree that if you want to make a good recipe, you don't need to do this.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn from a flavor, you have to try things, fail, because we are failing a lot.
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
probably fail more than we succeed. But the idea here is not only to have a good flavor, but what can we learn from the process?
Yeah, this is more of like a test to see what Alfred's saying. Like try to build it. You know, there's definitely ways out there. You could probably get that Real Flavors cherry pie and you're done. But this is a point of like, you know, diving a little bit deeper. You know.
Yeah.
And
A
we
lot
are
of-
not going to do this with every recipe.
No,
because it's
it's
crazy.
No.
This people might just learn a little bit about like the flavors that we're using. Like, you know, they might look at quince in a totally different way, because I hate quince and I'm totally open to using it even though I fucking hate it. That would be a trash it flavor for me, because I've only used it like 3 or 4 times and I completely hate it. But if it works in here, you know, I'll probably be working with it more often, and probably in a lot of ways I would have never expected to.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Liana Hudspeth. She had commented on the episode that DIY Flavor Shack's Black Cherry is a pretty great one. I'm going to actually get that one because I've heard good things about that too. So I actually have been on a search for a really good cherry for years, and I really haven't found one. So I'm gonna give that a try, because they do some interesting things over there with flavors and stuff. So maybe they've nailed it. Who knows?
They certainly do.
You see,
And
you
it's
said doo-doo.
it's also worth mentioning that Max wants to try working with Wonder Flavors Black Cherry Jelly Bean.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a cool idea, but I mean, it probably wouldn't work for if we're gonna try and go like super deep into this. But I had the idea of doing black cherry jelly bean, the apple filling, and then I thought, what was the other thing I talked about?
Yeah, there
what else
was
I talked
something
about.
else.
There were 3 things that I thought would probably. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that might be able to, if you had the cherry very on top and everything, maybe. I mean, it's tough to say with apple filling, because apple filling is pretty dominant. But
Yeah, I had an idea too, and this actually might work with that. I think Max, you had mentioned adding some kind of a strawberry or something to the mix.
oh yeah, raspberry or something.
I was thinking about the Wonder Flavors, the new one, the Wonder Flavor Strawberry Baked, and it actually does kind of taste like a baked fruit. You know, the strawberry's not that prominent, but it feels like a baked kind of a fruit. So I don't know, maybe that might work with that. Who knows?
I just remembered it with Jamaican rum.
Yeah, Jamaican rum. Yeah.
Jamaican rum, apple filling, and black cherry jelly bean. I don't know if it's gonna work. It was just an idea. Pippa had another thing that she said. Maybe a kiss it with grapefruit for the tartness. I don't know, man. What do you guys think?
I don't think tartness can be done yet. Be honest with you.
I do get tartness from like pink guava and grapefruit. I just don't know if it's not the right one. I mean, it's citrus dominant. I mean, it's tart in a citrus kind of way.
Yeah.
You could also use a lime, but I mean, it brings you back from trying to get that kind of get those compounds you don't want in there. Try to kick those out, and I don't think you can kick those out.
Yeah.
It would be so useful to have an additive to use for tartness, because we
It
have
really-
sour, but sour is not good. But tartness, we can do some really good shit.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's even possible.
I don't think that it can be aerosoled. You know, it's like it you can pick it up on your tongue when you taste it, but in an aerosol form, your nose can't pick that up, and that's what you're going by when you vape. Is your nose? It's not your tongue. The only thing it really that you can taste on your tongue is sweetener, maybe WS-23, maybe or something like that. But tartness you can't pick up with your nose, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's really there's an interesting. I really wish I could find like the reference to this, but there's only like certain flavors that your what the fuck is it? Your tongue really only picks up certain kind of like flavor receptors, and it's like bitter, sweet. What the fuck are they? I'll have to look it up.
Umami, bitter, sweet.
Yeah, but it was even like more simple than that. It was like bitter, sweet, and something. And that's like all your maybe that was all your nose can get. I really wish I knew what I was talking about right now. This is a waste of time. So what do you guys think?
I think that we're gonna have to go back to this recipe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Liana Hudspeth, citric acid. I don't think citric acid. It's the same thing. Like you can taste it, but you can't. You don't get it. You don't get the aroma of sour or tartness. And it'd be really useful if we had that in a lot of stuff. I've been working a lot with blue raspberry, and I just don't get it from a blue raspberry, which is what I want. Is I want the tartness from there.
Yeah.
Somebody should figure it out.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe Alfred can.
Yeah, Alfred.
He does a lot. He does a lot of research, guys. This guy, he does more research on flavors and compounds and shit that I would ever want to do, ever. So
I would never want to do
So
I imagine him drawing like cherries on the wall, like a crazy man, like
yeah,
like a beautiful mind.
the fucking
Yeah,
blue
like-
like if you took that screen down and it's just like, okay, he really is insane.
Like it comes down and there's like no such thing as cherries even just in the world, and he's just sitting there just drawing cherries and they're
Just
not
like
even a thing.
Illuminati signs everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Cherries do not
Compass-
exist.
Compasses with G's on them, like all kinds of. Yeah,
God.
I'm a traveling man. I got it. Yeah,
Could be.
I don't know.
So
So Graham,
Peter
today
Riggs.
is really the last show for
Stopgap.
Stopgap?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
already forgot
Hey,
the name, forgot everything.
Listen, Max. Listen, do you want me to tell the story how I know you? Because you're a super fan.
Yeah, I was
Hey, you wrote a letter?
I wrote a letter.
No. Yeah, you wrote a letter to Stopgap and telling us how we can improve.
Oh yeah,
Way
I
early on.
how you should. I've been telling you forever how you should improve your show.
You think we don't know how everything about that show
You
that
just
can improve?
disregard it.
Everything that can improve that show is also what makes that show what it is. So we can't fix it, and it inherently will kill it.
Emily wants to know what Skittles would do now.
Skittles is a professional gamer.
Yeah, he's gonna move on with his life, probably.
He might pay attention to her at least maybe once this year. I don't know. There's no way that's what he's doing. There's no way he's gonna. No way. He plays. He's got like a pretty important job for our country, I feel like he should be paying attention to his job, to be honest with you.
What video
You know,
games, man?
Look, everybody, just shut the fuck up on that one. It's all right. He's got an important job in the government. I mean, it's pretty important. You know, I think he's just doing what's appropriate for his time. I guess, I don't know. He's growing up, man. He's like 24.
Oh
24.
my God.
24?
Isn't it weird that he's only like 24?
He's not 24. I think he's my.
Yeah, he is. No, he's like 24.
No, he's not.
Seriously.
No, he's not.
Yeah. All right.
I'm pretty sure he's like a little bit older than I am.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think he's 24, dude. I really do.
No, I'm pretty sure he's not.
Okay, what do you want to do? Thumb wrestle over it? Or we could just ask him.
No, I like the thumb wrestling.
All right, we could do that.
That's the
We'll
best way to
we'll get
say
some
it.
HoloLenses too.
Yeah. Anybody want to
Microsoft-
take bets on this? You,
Bro,
you?
your thumbs have got to be so small. You got to have little miniature thumbs.
No, just my
I'd be
mouth.
willing to bet you have little teensy beansy thumbs to suck your little teensy beansy mouth.
No, I mean it's average. My
Yeah,
mouth.
but it fits in your little teensy mouth, so it's got you like when you suck your leg. You need to suck that sucker. I can see you doing that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, they're average. They're proportionate to the rest of
For
my
who? For Megan
The rest
Fox?
of my other fingers.
Oh, they're in proportion to the rest of your small little hands. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, they're pretty proportionate.
What was that, about 3.5 inches? Those fingers of yours?
2.5.
Yeah,
2
okay.
3/4 on a good
Not
day.
bad. Not bad. Good for perception. I know what you're doing. So what else is going on? Anything? You get out of here?
So what
What are we gonna do?
are we working on for the next show? Are we-
Well, we don't really know because we started doing something, but it turns out to be something else.
yeah.
Goddamn government.
Yeah, we're trying to use one of
Trying to pull us down.
we're trying to use one of Flavora's new flavors. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, but we're going to do some more. We did some recording before, and we're going to do some more recording. So hopefully, we'll come up with something for next Tuesday. Let's see.
It's going to be a tea, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Well, so far, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Well-
I think we run out of stuff to talk about, guys.
Yeah, and you gotta get off the air when that happens.
Yeah.
I still got 5 more hours to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about more stuff tonight that makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay.
God damn it. Shut up,
Everybody
Max.
tune into what's that show called? Stopgap.
Yeah, and
Back to on YouTube.
Everyone's back. Concrete's back. Shindo, everyone.
I like how
Also,
you guys-
didn't you want to say thank you to Liquid Barn?
Yeah. of
Oh
course.
yeah. Liquid Barn hooked it up, man. Liquid Barn.
Ash. We gotta have Ash on.
Yeah, thanks Ash. Sending us a whole bunch of base and a whole bunch of bottles and everything. Very generous of you. Really gonna help us out. Thank you very much for that.
Shout out Eastic Express. Get at me.
Shout out to Stopgap and eSig Express.
yeah, and all of our
All right.
and all of our sponsors.
Yeah, all
Everyone.
of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them that's on the screen.
Yeah.
Shout out. Catch me outside.
All right, let's go.
All right. Thank you guys for joining. Keep an eye out for that episode dropping on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see you guys again next week. And don't forget to go over to the GoFundMe for Kind Ground and the stream that's going on.
15th.
Boom. There's
You know what? Now that you brought that up, let me ask something. I'm thinking that we're gonna do. I've had a couple of people bring it up that we could do a the over the night part. Do like a mix off tournament type thing. What do you guys think about
Yeah.
that? Like a representative from each show, maybe a couple of them, whatever. 'Cause some people may not want to stay up all night or overnight, and I don't have enough shit to go around for everyone. So if
Well, that's-
we
that's not next week. Is no.
no, I know. I'm just saying because it's gonna take a minute to put together. So
Next
what do you
Saturday.
think?
Next Saturday.
The
Yeah,
15th.
that's a good idea.
Is it next Saturday?
Yeah, it's not this one. It's next
Yeah.
one.
Oh
15th?
shit! I might be out of town.
All right. Well, you better cancel your
Maybe I can go on earlier in the day because that night I might be busy. Or if it goes
Oh
like
no, we're we're gonna still do the show the way that we have it lined up, but I'm saying like overnight, because some people may not be there. You know what I mean? Like, may it be able to do overnight? Like, we could just get a couple representatives from each show, and we could do like a mix-up tournament type thing. Whoever wants to. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's overnight. But are you saying to do the show? Because we're gonna do that. I don't know what time we're gonna do that, but
I have no idea. I need to talk.
we can talk about it.
Yeah, I need to talk to you more about it.
Okay. All right, guys.
All right. Catch you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining. See you again.
See you guys.
Bye bye.